Hello, hello, hello. Okay. So anyway, today I got my images on a CD. And what had happened was that I did not I did contact another OBGYN, and they told me they do not look at images or anything like that. They only look at hard copy, which lets me believe that they don't know themselves how to be a doctor, because that is one thing that I learned from Mr. Kronk. He said you want to have both sides of the coin, which would be the information and the visual. And since I'm working with a lot of dumb people, please help me find a doctor that is honest, because there's no honest doctors that I could find, you know, really. So I'm just drinking Monster, that's all. So what happened was, oh, that's pretty good. I talked to the I guess you would say the nurse, who's saying, hey, I'm bringing in a CD, and this is what I am, more or less putting out there, what is going on with me. And I was, I told them, if you're not going to look at the CD and the information, then I don't want you. You could just erase. I'm not coming in tomorrow. And that's what I told them. I said, I am going to put out, does anyone know of a good doctor, even if I have to travel, where, you know, anything, because my abdomen is growing. And, I figure, thank God I'm not, a big fatty. Yeah. So I want to know what's going on with my body, is what it is. That's all. And, find out why all this is happening. And they act like I need to bow down to them. I'm really bad at being told to bow down to somebody when I really don't want to. Yeah, good, I'm not a good worshiper. So I went and got my CD. Let me show you, where is it? All right, I got my CD. I got my CD, and the OBGYN doctor refuses to look at it. They said they don't have the proper things to open it up. And I'm like, then you should be able to look at it. So I said, I'm not coming in. I refuse to come in. Yeah, because it's just the CD. I told them I refuse to come in. I do not want to come in if I am not going to be treated great anyway. So I refuse them totally. So, la la la. Because I'm being refused the way I am, and they are putting me as, let me tell you the funniest story though. I'm going to change the name. Instead of the person, they had a person with a different name. We're going to call this person Dog. Dog came into work, and to work at where I was working, and lied to everybody and said that she was a certain age. You see, Dog had said that she had lost all her ID, and pretty much told them that she also had ovarian cancer. Yeah, she's one of those. She's like a my ex. She wanted people to feel sorry for her, because that's the only way you will deal with her. Because if you try to connect with her as a human being, it was almost impossible. So she went to the same gynecologist as me, and I heard them talking about Dog. Dog was the same exact age as my husband. He's in his early 60s. And I'm like, damn, she looks better than me. That's what the main thing that got me. She looked better than me. And I'm like, she had told the one girl she put $100,000 on her body. She took care of her varicose veins. She took care of her fat. She got so much work done because she wanted to be idolized by men for a while because she never was. So I heard this story. I was like, oh, that's pretty good. But then she said that she wants to have more children. I'm like, oh, you got 4 kids. You have like 3 or 4 kids. You have more than two. What I knew. I did know a lot about Dog. Dog had worked at the same place and was having a big affair with one of the managers. And he got mad because I knew everything that was going on. Well, anyway, he didn't know this, but he was having an affair with a woman that was older than, yeah, she was older than my ex, senior psychopath. She was older than my ex. And I thought it was hilarious because, wow. I said, I tried to tell management, I go, so and so, Mr. Manager, she's the same age as my senior psychopath. And he goes, no, she's not. Yeah, I learned from over where I got, we call them, I said over at the gynecologist, they mentioned her name. They described her down to her hairstyle, to how tall she was and where she worked. And I said, she works at the same place I do. It's the same person. He goes, you're kidding me. What year? And I told him the year. And I said, yeah, 1962. Actually, she was a year older than my ex. She was 1961. So it makes her like 8 years, like, wow. So I go, that's pretty good. I want to know the doctors this bitch went to because damn. So anyway, what happened was, um, she had complications, she said. When you're 64 years old or 62, 3, and you're still having periods, that's great. My grandma had periods up until she said she had periods up. Yeah, she had periods till the day she died. She was in her almost 80s. And she said they get lighter and it's just, she said that before, well, actually she had her periods before her doctor talked her into having having her uterus taken out, and she had health complications along with other family members of mine when they took her uterus out. And I trying to avoid, dying young. I guess it's just, uh, oh God. So I am looking for a doctor that is honest and forthcoming, a doctor that understands that I have to work. So if I do have to get some things done, but I refuse. I will refuse to go to a doctor because Out West has one of the worst medical I have ever seen in my whole life. Really. Oh gosh. So if you have any knowledge for any doctor that you could suggest to me at any time, I'd be happy. I mean, it doesn't stop my working or anything. It's just, I have something growing. And they apparently, somehow, I can't have no one, everyone refuses to see. So I'm like, well, shoot, all I do is tell my significant other, hey. So I have been kind of in that form of wanting to if they don't, uh, I now on stand up for myself, and I'm very don't raise your voice when you talk to your nurse or whatever. Say, hey, you're not doing what I want. You really are not. And I'm going to either go nowhere or just not come to you guys. But thank you very much. You've been, whatever. Because the medical out west is the most horrible you can receive anywhere in the world. Third world countries, no more. America's made third world country medical. We are there. We are right here, right there. We are at the third world medical. That's how it goes. And I knew that if I would go to her, it would be just another bad experience. Why waste my time and my gas and everything for a bad experience? They don't have it where you could send it over like in Detroit. If you get a medical thing and you're going to see a doctor, they go, "What doctor is your name?" And they go, "Oh, that okay." And they have it in this network system. They send it right to the doctor. So I'm thinking, oh, they sent it to the doctor or whatever. You fill out a paperwork, and what they do is they give you your thing. And last time I went there, they go, "Oh, well, I don't know." I talked to the front thing. I didn't even get let in. So I got let in and I filled this out, and this is what I got. And when I talked to the other people, they were like, they had a different form of stuff. So I'm like, well, fuck. Anyway, I am asking people for help in having a doctor who would like to help me. Now, if I could get someone who would like to buy a plane ticket for me so I can go to there, and maybe someone who could do where I can have money to stay. I'm not going to be spending willy-nilly. I just want to find out what really is going on, and I'm not getting the answers here at all. Zero. They're refusing me. They really are. So I am on my own. This has been going on for 4 months now. And I'm like, okay, any day now. So I filled out the thing and I said, if you're not going to be able to look at my CD, then I am not going to come in. That's just the point blank. And I am going to start asking, calling up doctors who will look at my video. And that will be next week. It's just too close to the end of the week. And a lot of doctors don't like to deal with, that on a Friday. So I am going to go and look for a job Friday, you know, and that's what I'm going to do. So that's where I stand right now. Right now, I am not really happy with the I guess you could say that I'm not happy with how things are being treated. I'm not being treated. It's not that I'm not being treated. Yeah, I'm not being treated fairly. I'm going to be honest with that. I really feel that I'm not being treated as fairly because of my age, you know. And god damn, if you belong to a medical community that literally puts people's lives in jeopardy, and that's how I feel that the whole thing is being put. They don't give a shit just so they can save face, so they can look good and save face for that 5 minutes. And it comes to the whole point. Why are you doing that? Is it because you just don't feel that you could take care of things the way they should be? because it makes me come to think that if you're not wanting to take care of things, then, it's pretty bad. I really need help. So, if you have somebody who is a doctor who would like to um, look at my CD, I'll be happy to even send them a copy of it because I may have my son make a copy of it. And if you want to be able to be my doctor and look at my CD before I even go into the office, I will be happy. So if you want to be my doctor, look at my CD, look at everything in a perspective that would give me an idea where I stand on with my health and body. Please contact me, in the information. And I know that this is not the typical time I go on, but I'm getting desperate. I really am. I'm getting I've never been this desperate for my health. I have had nothing but really good health because I take care of myself. I'm not into big drugs. This is the biggest drug I've ever used, which is uh weed. This is all I use. I don't even drink no more. I'm in that situation where okay, if I heard some excuse me. I heard so many bad things about people who drank while they had cancer or all these other things, and it feeds into their bad, whatever. And excuse me, I don't want people to think that I'm, I don't want people to think that I am, you know, going to, how can I say, I'm an alcoholic or whatever, and I want to watch what I eat and drink. I worked hard on this body for 2 years. I used I used to weigh close to 3 actually I was like, oh, I was about 300 pounds, and then it took me a year to get down to 215, which is like, that took a long time. Actually, it took closer to 3 years to lose my weight. And then I make it look easy, but let me tell you this, no, I didn't lose it overnight. I didn't do any of that. I worked hard, and sometimes I would gain 5 pounds, and sometimes I lose a couple pounds, and I'd get all excited. It was when I realized when I lost weight that there were girls who anyone who gives you a lot of compliments after you lose weight, those are the ones that are stabbing you behind the back. Just let you know, because I found that out. When I lost weight, I was treated like shit. I didn't have people who were happy I lost weight. I had people who were jealous. And I'm like, really? Yeah, jealous. When my friends lose weight, this is what I think. They're healthy. They won't have to worry about, insulin shots and all that stuff. A lot of people that are diabetic is for health reasons. Hi. Hi, Jack. Oh, you're a therapist in Pahrump. That'd be great. I can use some therapy after a divorce. So are you under the phone book, Jack Green? Because I can write this down. Oh, I got a pen. And I do have heartbeats, by the way. Okay. Well, you left, so I guess that's it for that one. Oh, that's another thing. You get a lot of people who, you know, Gotta learn how to spell sparrow. How do you spell sparrow? Okay. C-A-R-R-W. Oh, okay. All right. You're still here? All right. Yeah, that would be great. So, all right, Serenity Medical. Well, I could call now. Well, no, it's too late. I'll do it tomorrow. Okay, so I talked with Jack Green. The thing is that I seen with the doctors, they go, age, this is what you should have. Boom. Age, this is what you should have. Boom. And they put it through the age. They don't put it through how healthy you are. They don't put it that you don't do drugs. If you call, I have very few, but tell them. Okay, you. All right. I got to put it in red because then I can see it quickly. Tell them I referred you. So I put that in red that you referred me. Well, usually everything here takes a month because people just it's like, okay, I wonder if I can call now. Let me see. What's the number for that? Do you know by hand? I don't know the number for Hey, Dev, come on in. I'm live.
How's the vehicle spray on?
Oh, it's so nice and cool. It got cold before I hit the end of the. You got your part?
Yeah, this is my new Freon.
Oh, let me show him.
It's just the line broke right here.
Yeah, the line broke for my son's thing to have air conditioning.
It's just the low pressure line for AC.
Oh wow, I'm so proud of you. My son's a smarty pants. I'm really happy. Yeah.
It's the easy part. It's just a simple boom boom and you're done.
Yeah. So I asked the doctor to look at my images and she refused.
Are you live?
Yes, I told you I was live before you even came here.
I'm not paying attention. I'm just exhausted.
I'm sorry.
I've just been working in the pool.
I seen you leaving. Where'd you go off to?
Shit. I need shit from what was it, Home Depot to get. You know how the small pool pump, how it has like a GFI built into it?
Yeah.
Well, the GFI is kind of retarded because unlike a normal GFI where it just trips when like current goes through too much voltage goes through the system or goes to the ground.
Yeah.
It's retarded where if the power turns off, it turns off and you have to reset it. So it's kind of retarded. It's not like a normal GFI. So I'm bypassing it.
Oh.
So we already have it. It's already hooked up to a GFI. So why double GFI it?
Yeah.
So it's kind of stupid. Like, why would you have two GFIs? So I'm just cutting. So I went to the store to get a 3-prong just to bypass it. Plus, I want to hook a timer up to it. How am I supposed to hook a timer up if the timer causes it to trip?
It's yeah.
It's like, yeah, timer. That causes the GFI to trip. Yeah, totally logical. totally developed by Asians. I'm sure, as racist as that is.
I know. Sorry, guys.
Or
But it's just
China.
China. You get China virus.
No, I'm
Yeah.
just saying, whoever developed or built this thing, they didn't think things through.
Yeah.
But it's yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a doctor that refused to even look at the images at all. So I said, I'm not going to go to see you. I was going to go tomorrow over to Vegas. So I'm going to go and put in for Wallflower for a job. I put in about 10 jobs on Indeed. So, okay, let me try to find, let's see. I never heard of Serenity Mental Health. All right. The number for Serenity Mental Health in Pahrump.
Well, hopefully this will handle. Because what happened is the system when the line broke when I turned up the car.
Yeah.
You know, when you drive a car, a AC system will put it will go from like 40 psi or whatever it is to like 110, 120 or whatever, however hot it is. It will go
Yeah.
to that pressure. Because it's based on elevation, temperature, humidity, yada yada, whatever. But mainly temperature more than anything. Well, it went up to like 110 or whatever the fuck it went up to.
Yeah.
And then it just ripped right here and started leaking all the freon out.
Oh.
So I'm pretty sure our ozone appreciated it.
The ozone's healing fine. It
Sure.
is.
I'm
Yeah.
being sarcastic.
I know you are. You're being sarcastic. Thank you, Dev. Thanks for doing my air conditioning. Save me money, Debbie.
So it gets cold before you even leave.
Yeah, before I left the
checked
street,
around.
it was already cold.
I checked around. I didn't see no leaks. Normally you hear like hissing or whatever. I don't know.
Oh.
I looked around in there. I did smell freon when I was loading it up, but we just, you know, but I didn't smell anything after I loaded it up with freon, so I don't know. We'll see as the system runs. If the system continues running fine, then it's fine. But we'll see. But all I did is I just took, even though I vacuum pumped some, whatever small amount of freon was in the system, I don't have to recirculate. So I guess the ozone's gonna have to take double hits for me. But I just took a vacuum pump to it, sucked all the freon, all the excess, whatever little amount of freon was in it. I pumped it out into the atmosphere, fuck it, and then left the vacuum on there. Once the vacuum was pretty much on there, I let it run for about 45 minutes to an hour, and then I freon system and then secure the system in place. Only thing is it took about 2 hours to load that freon. It loads very slowly.
Oh yeah. Well, at least
it was like every 10 minutes. It was like, I don't know. I'd say 1 gram of 1 to 10 grams per minute, give or take. I'd say 1 gram of freon to 10 grams every minute that passed. It was a long time. It was about 2 hours before I went through 535 grams of butane. Freon. Refrigerant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I'm going to go on the phone. I'm going to make a call to this place, see if they're still open. If they're not, I'll do it tomorrow.
All right, have fun.
Yeah. I had a point in my life where I really did want to hire someone to off me because my divorce was not moving at all. I came to a realization that expecting somebody who really never did not, who really didn't want to get divorced to go and do the paperwork and all the stuff that goes with it, he didn't want to save me money, which would have been nice. So what happened was I hired a lawyer, and it's taken a lot of money, and I've been broke and stuff, and I haven't had the money to do anything. I was to the point when I was living at my friend's house, I would rather have offed myself because I was so desperate to get away from being with the person, being married to the person I was. I had tried twice before to get divorced, not once, but twice. So if I could get some help and stuff, hey, that's cool. So I'll see if they're. Hi, I was referred by Jack Green. Yes. I have Nevada, the Medicaid. It's Medicaid. Yeah. Let me go and check it. I got my card with me, but I just got to get it. All right. Okay, here it is. You want the number? All right. My birth date? Oh, Stefania. S S is in Sam, T is in Tom, E is in elephant, F is in fine, A is in apple, N is in nice, I is in Indian, A is in apple, N is in Nancy, A is in apple, G is in and glad, L is in like, E is in elephant. Yeah. 4/14, 1969. So I'm, yeah. Okay. Okay. It's okay. So I get to talk to somebody, especially after going through a huge divorce. Any divorce is huge. I don't care what they say. People could say, "Oh, it was so easy. It was so this," and I'm like, I wish I could have dealt with that. I tried twice before. This is my third and only my last hurrah, as they say. So So I had a friend that how can I say this? I'm waiting live and I don't want to seem like I'm live on YouTube thing. I'm doing this, so I'm talking to my people. Because it was Jack Green who came on to my YouTube stream and said, "Hey, tell me referred by me because I'm asking people for help in a lot of the stuff I'm dealing with, and I figure since going through a divorce uh, that's going to be finalized this month, it's been really a hard." A long divorce, and it'd be great to talk with somebody. So it's good to get your mental capacity, a little more positive. Okay. Yes. When my dad went, it was in Michigan when I was about 12 years old. When my dad was going through, well, every time he went through a divorce, he took us to therapy because he had really good insurance. He said divorce goes through children too. And we went through a whole, understanding that it wasn't our fault type thing. Just as I would say a child and a young adult, but nothing recent. Out west, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm doing a documentary about the health services out west. I'm appalled. This is third world country. Really, it is. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, that's how I feel. I Yeah. I lived in the Midwest, which is Michigan, and I've never had the way people treat people as customers. I went to not a doctor, it was a physician assistant. And when I said I only have birth control because she goes, why don't you have high blood pressure pills? I go, I don't have high blood pressure. Maybe that's why. And it got into a really bad situation where she was telling me how what she does, and I'm sitting there having to listen to her problems. Yeah. I said to her, "Are you gonna? I have this and this problems. I don't care to hear that you're running 5 miles a day." 775-910-2001. That's about it. I mean, I don't have any other problems. It's just senior psychopants. He drives me nuts. He does all kinds of stuff, and he didn't want to get divorced. He would have rather had me off myself off or something. I don't know, but he just has a hard time letting go. Mm, I'm just pissed off. That's all. It's just I got so used to really good health care. I'm talking when I was on welfare, I got better health care than what I do now. When I was on welfare in I never was on welfare in Michigan, but when I was broke in Michigan, I got better health care. And it was in the ghetto. We're talking 90% of the people had guns that were not legal in a bad area. And I still got really good health care. I really did. I can say that about Michigan. There was a lot of smarty pants there. They have really good health care. I don't take medication. I don't think I would be considering. I mean, I only take one, which is birth control. So that's so far so good. Yes, yes, 11 a.m. And I do have your address, and I'm gonna actually that's at 2280 East Calvada Boulevard. Where are you next to? Oh yeah. Okay, I'll just put blue sign. Thank you. And I'm gonna well since Jack Green put that, I'm gonna put your guys' address on my I have a live feed now. I'm gonna put your guys' address to, give you, some business. Oh, I appreciate Jack Green. He said, I said, does anyone want to help me? So everyone needs a little bit of, therapy, Oh God, yeah. Okay. I could stop by there and pick it up and fill it out. Okay. Okay, that sounds great. I'll see you tomorrow then. Just to pick up the packet, just to pick up the packet tomorrow. What's a good time? Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. You too. All right. Bye. Okay, see, I'm going to type out some information on this place. Every time my dad, my dad in divorces. Whew, yeah, I love my dad, but he went through 4 marriages. So let me type this out. This is, let me look at my phone. Hmm. This is Serenity Medical. Mental health. All right. They're on 22 80 East CALVABAEL. I don't know how to spell Boulevard. Yeah, Boulevard. Nevada. Phone is 175 751 and 5211. So when my dad would get a divorce, he would go, "Hey, you guys are going to see a therapist." Oh, another time I seen a therapist oh, when he thought I was on, he thought I was in the bad group. So I went through group therapy. Let's see, half the girls were on like really bad drugs, like heroin, and the other half were pregnant. I looked at my dad. I said, half has got heroin here, and the other half is pregnant. And I'm a mouthy person. I go, I'm not going back. I don't know the side to take because I'm not pregnant or on heroin. And my dad goes, "You're right." So that was one time he actually said, "No, you're right. You just got a mouth." And I go, "The problem was I inherited from my dad. The one-liners really get it good because my one ex-sister-in-law won't talk to me anymore." So I got my mental health done. And I don't even have to go out of Pahrump, which is cool. And it was nice. So here, let me shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, the phone number, it was wrong. Phone is, let's see, 775. Crap, I blungered it up. Oh, gosh. So anyway, so what I found out is mainly that a lot of people, when you go through stuff like this, they go, "Oh, you're mentally inept. You don't see things reality wise. You this and that and whatnot." And you're like, "No, if your abdomen is growing and certain things are going a certain way, and you're like, I'm not getting the health care that I really need." And yeah, a while back, like in October, I would have rather have had somebody shoot me in the head than live, because it should not be this way to get a divorce. I should not have to ask senior psychopath. I should fill out the paperwork. I want a divorce psychopath and be gone. But that's not how it went. I was nice and said, what do you want to do, senior psychopath? And senior psychopath said, well, we can do the paperwork. After 2 months of him going, well, I'm busy. I got diarrhea. I got diarrhea again. And I finally was going to get a diaper, an adult diaper, and say, let's just go. And if you have diarrhea, I got a second one and you could change in the men's bathroom, whatever. Let's get this divorce. And he said, I just don't feel good. I go, fine. You know what? I'm going to get a lawyer and we'll fill out the paperwork. And I wanted you to fill it out. When whoever files first gets the avenue. It's like my dad used to say his wives always got him first. They filed first. So every time my dad would get a divorce, I would go into therapy. And he had, oh, yeah, that's the one he dated. Don't date your therapist. Let me tell you that already. Do not date your therapist. My dad did. Okay, that's a different story. That's a different. Yeah, he had dated the therapist, and it wasn't. It was like it was after we quit using that therapist. You know what I mean? She no longer worked for us. Yeah. So, but they seem really nice. I know right where they're at, and I'll go there Monday and pick up my packet and fill it out. No, I don't believe I'm a superhero, but I believe that when you have bad medical and you have a bad doctor and you don't just have one, you have them all bad. Then you go, what the hell happened? When you have a therapist, when you have a doctor telling you that they're going to, they don't understand why you're only using birth control pills. And you're like, well, I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have anything else that needs to be used for that. And when I go home, I smoke weed and I feel good and I do exercises and I do my stuff. I mean, what is the difference with dealing with weed or anything else? So, yeah. When it comes to that, where you're going, wow. So my dad always believed in how can I say, when you're dealing with therapists, to go and talk to them. My aunt and a lot of my family, they talk to therapists, and therapists have their own therapists because they need to talk to them. So here I am. I'm sitting there thinking, wow, I got a third world country here as dealing with medical, and I've been doing a documentary since I've had this problem. And I said, no, it's not this. You can't sit there and cauterize it and cut it out, is what I'm saying, what they're saying. And I had doctors tell me that they have excellent. I go, well, obviously they're not here and they're not talking to me. You're talking to me as an ER doctor to go to an OBGYN to show a video that none of them want to look at. Not a single OBGYN want to look at this. Not one. Not a single one want to look at my video. There, I'll just bring it out. Not a single one wants to look at my video. Not one. Not one. And in fact, when I do bring it in, when a doctor lies to me, they don't even want to see it. I talked to a doctor in Detroit, Michigan, and do you know what he told me? Those practices, what they're doing is what they call scoop and dupe. He said underneath the radar of what doctors are, he said that they don't want to deal with any of your problems. They want to scoop and dupe you. They just want to dupe you. They just want to, move you along and say you're crazy. And that's what I was told that they would do soon. That they would probably have somebody watch me on my show like now, as you see, and somebody go, hey, you're a little crazy, and that's the next step, is to prove that you're a little on the crazy side. So when you deal with doctors that are not really, how can I say, they don't give a shit. But when you go over to Detroit and stuff, they care more. Hey, Terry. Yeah, I'm seeing a shrink now. I had somebody come on here, so I put it forth the Serenity Mental Health. Yeah, they now think I'm crazy because I think and know and talk to people that we're now is out west is third world country. You're coming out here. Come out here so you can die. Yes, that's how I feel. Come out here so you can die. So I feel that way in a lot of sense because of the fact that when you ask a doctor to look at your video and they refuse to look at your video, that's scary. It really is. So I told the doctor or the nurse nicely. I keep everything nicely. It's when I go on here, I start talking about stuff. I go on here and I say, look, I want her to look at the video. If the doctor doesn't want to look at the video, I will find a doctor that will. Down the road, whatever, I will find a doctor. I'm not worried about it. My whole theory is I'm healthy. I'm a good person, in fact, but like anything else, a lot of people want to make sure that that's the I guess you would say that is the a lot of people will say, well, you're stating your health and everything, you must be crazy because that is the way out west is. If you're out west and you are not getting good health care, go elsewhere and keep your mouth shut. But in reality, it's good to say something if you're not getting good health care. It is third world country out west. You will not be too happy health wise. I'm not saying you'll die, but in the actuality of the healthcare is way less. They just put a vending machine in the hospital here, which I noticed they've had vending machines over at all the hospitals that I would go into, the Detroit, Dearborn, wherever it was in Michigan. They had vending machines where you even had what they had this one called the Roach Coach, and it had like nice food that you can microwave and all denti foods and everything. But they don't have that. They have now a vending machine one over at the hospital where they didn't have that 2 years ago. So I'm hoping they bring more vending machines. I wanted to say that I'm just upset. I'm upset that I'm not having doctors listen to me, listen to what I'm saying. I got this problem and I got these problems. What is causing these problems? And they look at me and they go, you shouldn't have those problems. Not at your age. You should have these problems. So we're going to go with this. And that's what a doctor told me. I shouldn't have those problems. He didn't believe me. And he's going to go with another itinerary. And I said, so he goes, so where can I have your stuff sent to? And I looked at him and I go, nowhere, because I'm not going to be taking any of your medication or dealing with your stuff because you're not listening to what I'm saying. So now I'm dealing with a therapist on here, you know, and to tell him how I feel. And I'm like, okay, I just want to find out after working close to 3 years, the first year I was not taking dieting or anything seriously. It was the past 2 years I took it more seriously because I had to go for a neck surgery and I wanted to be healthy. So when I went for the neck surgery to be healthy, I felt so much better. It was after I healed myself or nothing. They gave me no paperwork. I didn't know I sat with I was throwing up throughout the drive home and was sick. So I had dried throw up all on me. And I was told not to take the bandage or nothing off. So I smelled like throw up for 3 days and for longer than three. It was like a week. And they didn't call up and ask how I was doing. They didn't, nothing. It was like the worst ever after my neck surgery. And I told them, I said, I have never been treated so horribly. I don't don't get nothing done here out west. Just go Midwest, back east. That's it. I spent a week wearing a thing that was thrown up. I didn't take a shower. I was like, what the hell? They didn't call up, nothing, nothing, not checking up, nothing. I got a neck surgery and they pretty much said, are you coming in 2 weeks? Yeah, I'm coming in. And I came in and they go, you can take a shower. I go, no one called and told me. I didn't know. Well, didn't they give you pamphlets? I didn't get any pamphlets. I was I don't know what they gave my ex, but whatever they gave him is just, I was like, really? He didn't read it. So obviously, yeah, that's when I came to a point also after my operation. My ex did not really, it was like, I wasn't really cared about. So yeah, I really have to use the restroom and I will be back. Uh, we'll put him out and you can there. So I'm going to be right back. I got to go to the bathroom really bad. And I want to tell you my point of thing of how I feel about the third world country medical here and how bad it is and why you should keep your doctor. If you have a doctor back east or in the Midwest, keep your doctor because I'm telling you this, the doctors here, not only do they not listen, but I've been told that they refuse to look at this. So I am, it's a proven fact now. I got to go to the restroom. Ah. And I need to get my room cleaned. Every time I go to try to clean my room, I get, come over here, let's go do this. I got to pick up a friend at the airport and I forgot. So I have come to a realization if you bitch about the healthcare industry, there's a lot of people who their lives depend on it. If your life depends on it, then wouldn't you want to give someone the best healthcare possible? That you want to sit there and go, look, I don't want to look at your images but I'll pretend and tell you and lie to you that I didn't receive images at all. Because all the doctor has to do is say, could you bring your images in? So now I'm being told that they won't get my images. So I'm like, okay. I was told by a gynecologist she refuses to look at my images because they can't open them up, whatever the excuse is. And I'm like, okay, then I won't be seeing you. Thank you. I'm done. And I have a lot of people who tell me that here out west, if you complain enough, they will try to, and this is like, I think, an over exaggeration, that there's such a monopoly on healthcare that if people start doing things the right way, and this is, oh crap, this is like, I had to get ready and my thing fell apart. That's what I mean. I got clothes hanging out. Ah, what happened is when you are not a customer, I'm not a customer, I'm not an alcoholic, I don't need a shitload of medication. So I am not a customer. If you're a customer, you get a lot of, carte blanche because you're making money for your doctor. I don't make money for my doctor. I do, the typical tests and everything, and I really don't believe, I'm going to be honest with people. How often have a woman gone to get her mammogram done, found something? I don't know anyone in my family. They have done self-checking and found more than the mammogram. Mammogram is kind of like for really big busty women that I'm not. If you're like a big girl, big boobies, if you got big boobies, mammograms are freaking awesome. They're great. They're great for the big boobed girl. But if you got like I got a D, I'm not even a plus. I'm a D. So, I'm not a big busty girl as far as I'm concerned. There's girls bigger than me. After I lost weight, yeah, you lose a lot of stuff. And that's what I was you tell your friends, "Oh, I lose." And it's not the point of when you complain enough, I guess you get people who look on your thing and go, "Well, she's crazy, she's this." And you're like, okay, I'm going to, make everything feel good for you. As for the community to know that I am going to see a shrink through my insurance, yes, I get it. You know, that people worry if I'm mentally capable or I believe that certain other things or whatnot, and I know that back in the 50s, if you seen a UFO, you never told anyone because they did the same thing. They would say, you need to talk to a therapist because there's no such thing as a UFO. So I'm bitching about the healthcare being third world, which it is. It's third world here. You go out west, third world. Keep your doctor back east, Midwest. Keep your doctor where you live. It's I'm I wish that it was a lie, but I'm not the only one. I've had so many people say, you know what, when I came from Philadelphia or when I came from this place, so, what I'm doing is I am actually waiting for several of my friends who are moving out in the next month to 2 months out of where they're living now. So I could go to where they're at and they know where I can get the proper health care. And that's what I'm going to do. Even if it takes a couple months, I'm going to see what I can do in that. And I'm fine with that. I really am. I think that with that, I'm fine because I do not trust anything out west. Anything out west, I do not even want to even kind of use or whatever. I just don't, as in for the medical part, I do not trust it. I do not trust out west has got third world in medical. They should learn from Detroit, man. They learn real good because I believe if you go in Detroit and you can make it medical wise in Detroit, then you'll do fine anywhere in the world. Guaranteed. They got fires. They got, oh, I mean, we could have gone, I could have did well if I got like, the s'mores and the hot dogs because we were always having a fire in our block. Hi, Millie. Where are you from? Do you have anything to say about what's going on as a medical wise? Well, I'm talking about, just more or less, I need a medical. I need a miracle. So, anyway, if you're going to move out west, keep your doctor if you're in the Midwest or back east. I'm already telling you that because the doctors here, they're nothing compared. They don't listen to their customers because that's what we are now. We are customers. So if you're not making for your doctor, you're not going to be on the number one list. I'm just putting it out there. It's not a lie, it's the truth. And I think that Greek medicine was more healing than the medicine they have right now. I really do. I really believe that we should not be pushing drugs. We should be feeling out how to heal our bodies. Our bodies were made, the creator was an amazing person. Our bodies are meant to heal and everything. Why are we taking stuff out and doing all kinds of crap? Really, we need to learn to heal. So, that's the whole point. If you are moving out west, keep your doctor where you're at because the medical here is beyond subpar. I'm talking California medical was better when I was a kid. What the bleep has happened? It's really hard to, realize how bad it has gotten. And to think, we have the China virus and the doctors are dumber than you know what. It's like, oh no, but could you, Billy? Oh, when people start giving out uh you know I'm wondering if so I'm like, wow. Never had this feeling where you're like the medical anyone here that is talking over on the chat, please keep it nice. And also, I've just wanted to talk to doctors and have them look at my video, which they now refuse to, where they said that they couldn't get a copy of it, which they have already, and even the medical report on that. So I've come to the whole point. If you're not going to watch my special home video, my special video, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell people exactly the way it is. Don't move out west if you have severe health problems and would have to end up driving a car or having family members because you will not do well. It's just one of those things. Do not move out west if you have medical problems. Don't. Just don't. It's just a don't do. If I knew what I know now, I wouldn't be here. I really wouldn't. It's just one of those things. I would have said, no, Paul, let's not move out there. They don't have good medical. I didn't know. I just didn't know. I really didn't. It sucks. When you're told by a doctor if they refuse to watch your video, then there's when you're told they refuse to watch your video, don't move out west. Don't move out west. Your health, if your health is an important thing, don't move out west. Don't even think about it. So, you know, if you have really good insurance, even then you get subpar. I've talked with people who had better insurance than me, and they said, you know, Steph, you got better treatment than I did because I think because you're a good looker. And I go, you know what? I have guy friends who are really handsome, and they're friends. They're not anything other. And I said, well, you're handsome. I don't have the deals with a nurse. Like if it's a woman nurse and she's got a bad day, I better hope to God that I'm not on her list of crappies, you know? Because when I went in over at the over here, it hurt so bad to even touch it. I was like, just take the thing off. Oh, it hurts. So I was told to have a doctor look at this, and I can't even have one doctor look at it. Not even one. Not even one doctor will look at my medical CD. Not even one. Not even one. Out west, do not move out west. Do not move out west if you have a medical problem of any kind. If you have, if they told me, they said, well, what would happen if you had cancer? I'd be living my last days as fun as I can because that is where I would stand. There is no medical, what I consider where it's not subpar. I'd be screwed. What am I going to lengthen my life for 6 months? Hell, I'll just live nice, you know? That's how I figure it, you know? If you want to move out west, be prepared to have extra money to go and see your doctor in emergency. I think they're okay in certain things, even emergency, I'd be really scared. Like a friend of mine said, her mother moved out west and she kept her doctor. And I said, well, that's weird. This is when I first moved here. I did not know how bad it was. When I first moved here, I thought it was just great. I really did. So what happened was her mom started to feel bad. She goes, I need to get the extra money. We'll get the plane ticket. She left. She goes, I had a feeling my body was not working right. She went seeing her doctor because she went to the emergency and they said, you're fine as wine. And she's like, oh crap, this is really sucky. So she went to her other doctor over in, I don't know where it was. I think it was Ohio. It was in the Midwest. She went to the Midwest and her doctor said, oh shit, we need to put you in emergency. She was that bad. That is what I'm talking about. Third world country right here, right now, out west. So if you know somebody who's a real doctor who would like to look at my video, if you know someone who's a real doctor who would like to look at my video, I'd be very happy. So what I'm gonna do, because I don't get no phone calls anyway. So if someone knows a, let me put that in, real Yeah, I was actually refused. Well, we can't open it up. And I'm like, well, what do you mean you can't open it up? That is a video system uh in the state of Michigan. You're supposed to have everything that could take any kind of video that you could see. So if a person's being flown in, if you're an emergency type of ER, you know what's going on with them. But here they're so if you want to help my channel, that would be really, stellar. Down below. Um So this is my phone number. If a doctor wants to contact me and tell me that they would love to go and look at my video and tell me what they see and tell me what can be done and why my abdomen is growing the way it is, I mean, I'd be great. But right now, I have yet to find a real doctor. I'm finding a lot of quacks who want to get you on pills. They just want, after the physician assistant said, she said it was impossible that I should be on more pills. I mean, that's what I was very well told, that I should be on more pills. I was like, I was like, whatever, you know. So when you don't have a doctor in your area, you're kind of screwed. I am actually looking way out of the area. If you want to help me try to get to see a doctor that I want to go to, and have where I have some funds, because I will have to have funds to see the doctor, and then I will have to have a place to stay, because I will not know nobody in the place. Now I have a friend that's moving soon, and she's moving in an area where it's really good doctors, and I have another friend that's moving to another place that has excellent medical. They're even known as excellent medical. I'm not joking. So I have two friends, but that's a month away, and I am making plans for that. The thing is, could I have somebody come to me and say, hey, I'm a doctor in this state and I will look at your video. In fact, send me the video. And what I would do is I would probably have my son make a copy, send it to you, and you can see it. And then I can bring a real one with me. I'm not letting that one out of my sight for now. I don't feel like going to the hospital and bugging them for another video. Enough said. If you're a real doctor who will look at my video, I would be very happy. Right now, I have been just pissed off at the third world. This is worse than third world country. Do not come here if you have medical problems of any kind. I'm just going to tell you that. Visiting here is scary. I had people who said that they came to visit here and had known problems. And they're telling the doctor, this one lady said, she's in line. She goes, the doctor should have known. I told them that I had, it was a skin irritation. Like it was shingles. And she goes, I had shingles. I kept telling her I had shingles. And she goes, she didn't listen to me and they gave me the wrong prescription. And now it's even worse. She goes, oh, I said, why don't you go and you can make sure she can lose her license because she didn't listen. None of the doctors here listen. They have no flipping ears. No ears. They have no ears. So here's the whole thing. If you know someone who's a real doctor who would like to look at my video, I would be really happy. My phone number for a real doctor is on the side. If you want to help me and you know of a real doctor, but it's going to cost out of pocket, and you guys want to be super cool and give me some money, there's down below. There you go. All right. Do, 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 do. So that's where I'm at. I had been so excited to get my video. And I called my doctor to confirm because I wasn't going to my doctor's office without a video with no confirming that which leads me to believe all of out west is third world country. And I'm almost not even, I'm for the therapy. I'm just like, I'm not really happy with anything. So I don't expect much. I really don't. I was left in the room where I put 2 weeks prior, or was it a week prior? It was a week prior for my physician assistant. I was waiting in the waiting room for 3 hours. I had a 3:30 thing, and no, it was 2.5 hours. Excuse me, I was wrong, but it was over an hour wait. And I said, to the nurse to the intake person, hey, since it's a week ahead, isn't that a bit soon? Usually it's a month ahead. I don't want to wait in the waiting room for 2 or 3 hours. Oh, no, no, she's real quick. The physician assistant has made fun of me with her friends and they bring it around, and she spent an hour bullshitting and not doing her job as far as I was concerned, because I even checked on her and I heard her go, hey, did you check her shoes out? Is what the physician assistant said. Wow. Because I had these. Yeah, I don't wear old lady clothes and I don't look like I'm ready for retirement. Okay. But I'm going to tell you this, I have gotten the worst medical in the face of the earth that I've ever had, ever. Worst. The West Coast is the worst for any medical ever, and they should be embarrassed. In my feeling, I feel that the time of Greece, yeah, that's when they had better medical than here, but everyone's different. Don't go out west if you have medical problems. Guaranteed, like the one lady said, she had a skin and she was waiting in line with her husband. I didn't talk with her, but I'm hearing her say stuff. Every time I think of a question, she would answer it with her husband and her. She said that they have never had a doctor not listen. She said, not even go, go like this. We have our chart. And I'm like, they got a chart. And she goes, yeah, honey, they got a chart with my age and what kind of things I have. So if I don't have like the skin problem I had, they didn't know what to do. They pretty much, she said, it's like a mental chart that they have. Is that a real chart? It's a mental chart. It's a chart that they go through and they go, okay, you're this age, you're a woman, you should be having this. And when they go through certain things that they don't understand and they don't, she goes, it took her longer to get her medication. She said, I just should have left it at that. If you can leave it and it's not going to be that much of a hindrance, just wait until you get back home over to where the doctors care. Because out west, they do not care at all. I know that because I've been there. I've been where the doctor went, I'm busy. And I go, so what do you think I have? Since I didn't say a word, and you're psychic, obviously. So I need a doctor that looks at video work. Look at the video. Look at the video. So if you have someone who cares enough to look at a video and to go, okay, you matter to me as a human being, you matter to me. But here, if you start winching about the medical, you get somebody who's thinking that you need therapy mental, because I really don't get it, you know. Oh, and another thing, out west, if you're a single female, they think you're crazy right away. So I'm not going to be married anymore soon. I will be considered a crazy white female. You don't hear about crazy, Hispanic. You hear about crazy white. That's where I'm at. So that's what they're going to be going for and pushing for. Oh no, it's just crazy Steffi. Because she doesn't get good medical and she bitches about it. I had a doctor look at my birth control and go, "Where's your other pills?" I go, "Excuse me? You mean vitamins?" She goes, "No, your other pills." And I go, "My other pills, that's it. Birth control." So, I've I've given up. I have. When I told the lady on the phone, I've given up. Here, I have given up. There is no medical here. If you have a situation where it takes someone with a brain, do not live here. I'm going to also tell you, you better have a private fucking jet. If you have a private jet, a private thing, and you have your private way to go over on an emergency thing, to instead of having an 8-hour flight, you have a 2.5. I would say do it. Come out here. If you have a private plane, a private jet or something, do it. But if you move out west, you're getting the worst medical you'll ever get on the face of the earth. I have never in my life had medical so bad that I have cried over it. I've cried what these people have said. It's my stomach talking. It's going. So I have 3 heartbeats when I show on here. I have 3 of them. Maybe I'll have my therapist tell me what he thinks about them. I would like some answers. Maybe he can give me answers better than that. Because I would like to know. So what I'm going to do is I'll make a video where I'm laying down and you could see my views. You could see the picture a lot better from this. On my phone you can see the picture really clear, and I'm like, I'll just make a video of it and show it to my therapist. Hey, look at this. But besides that, I'm tell people, do not come out west. Do not move out west. If you think, okay, I'm getting the dry climate, but yeah, you're getting the dry climate and the crappy medical. Like this one lady said, she goes, She moved from Massachusetts. She thought she was going to save money. She said, I spent more money flying back to Massachusetts for my medical. She finally gave up and said, I'm putting my house up for sale. It was my dream house. She built it and everything. She said, I spent 10 years building my dream house. And as I was building it, I realized something. Your guys don't have good medical. I spend more money, she said, flying out to Massachusetts to get medical. This is coming from a woman who built her dream house for 10 years. We come out here all vacations. And she said, because of her medical and everything, she had to sell her dream house. Okay. And I thought, that's stupid. Sell your dream house. No, you know what? I do it. I'm right there. I'm thinking, wow, I don't even have medical problems. And the problems I've dealt with and the people have treated me horrible. I'm like, wow, no wonder people are, it's like Florida's got better. Another one, another place that has really good medical. Believe it or not, Florida's got real good medical. Even a lot of the police officers have to know some medical. I don't know if it's here, but you know. So what would be good is I'm thinking of taking a CPR class. So I'm going to look where I can go and take that. And I used to take it every time my card expired. So I had to know that when I used to ski, and I wanted to be a ski teacher, and they have to know as to be you have to know CPR and all that when you ski and you're dealing in the ski patrol. Because I used to help in the ski patrol, but I wasn't paid. I was like one of the volunteer ski patrol, and they had some that were paid and some that weren't, and I would help. And it wasn't like a big deal, it was like a couple hours a week, and you had to know your CPR. So every time, I think it was like every 2 years, you had to have your CPR license or whatever, and you show this paper thing. It says, I got my CPR license on this date. So I used to know, I used to have, that's one thing, if you meet a guy in there, it's like, hey, you want to do some CPR? So it's all good in that. And I'm not worried about that. And I tell people, look, I get it. I just want a doctor to look at my CD. You look at my CD and tell me what's going on with my body, you know. Or if you know someone that's in the Midwest or back east that would like to help me, that could set me up at a place to stay while I'm having tests and done, that'd be good too. Right now, I'll deal with the pain and stuff. I got weed. Um, I got to get my room clean. So I am glad that, okay, so if there's a doctor out there who would like to see my CD, I got my phone number on the side. Want to see my CD? Give me a jingle. Tell me what's what. So if you're wondering about medical, third world country, go somewhere else. If you're not the kind of patient that, no, it's not patient, customer. If you're not their customer and getting a lot of stuff and you're going, oh, doctor, everything you say is true. Oh my God. You're not going to do well here. If you have a half a brain and you're going to question your doctor, then you're going to want to go back east or the Midwest. That's where you're going to go. Just go out down that way, because you will not do well in the West. If you have a brain, where I was like, I asked my physical just assistant, I asked her really nice why I had to hear about her running 5 miles, and she just didn't know what to say. She goes, "Well, anyway, I'm like, yeah, I don't care to hear if you run 5 miles. I don't care. By the way, running is not the best exercise. It's just, we're not meant to be like big runners. Our body is not made for that. I just want to put that out. After a while, your body just don't do good. Walking, great. Running, not so good, because our shock absorbers get really used up too quick. You know, that's what my dad would say. He knew a lot of dead runners, and yeah, he did. He said he never met any dead walkers, so he's good. He was good. Mainly, my dad loved his food, so that was his only thing. So here I am. I guess this has been my therapy. And I want to warn people, do not come out here if you do not come out here if you have an existing medical that will need further medical attention, where it's not going to be fixed with a pill. Okay? That's just the whole thing about it. It's just not going to be fixed with a pill. And unfortunately, that's the thing out here. You got third world country. Do not come out here if you're diabetic. Jesus Christ. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. There'll be, I heard people say they did well. One lady, when I was waiting for Senorita Psycho Pants, um, for the not medical assistant or whatever, I took a picture of her card because I knew I'd lose her card. I'm just that bad. And I was going through a lot of my old pictures and stuff. So, what I'm putting out here and now. So when you only have birth control to get and you're dealing with people who are not really there, then the whole point is this. What kind of help will you get if you have something more serious that is a hidden problem? Come on in. I'm live. I'm live. Remember, I'm
Yeah. So do you really think that one dealership you went to actually would let gas of your vehicle?
I have no
You
idea.
said it started acting
It
funny.
acted up after I got my work done there at that dealership. And that's when I did have the problem. Yeah, because it took a while. It was when your dad and I went on a trip and it was 117 degrees and we were so hot in the car and sweating. We actually opened the windows. It was cooler outside than inside. So then I said to your dad, take it in. So he took it in and they wanted 4 or 5 grand. And I don't got that kind of money.
Wait. So you went in. They did. What was the work what was being done on it?
Just to have them check for the air conditioning.
No. What I'm trying to say is, like, okay, you said you took your vehicle. You're not making no sense. Okay, you said you took your vehicle and because of air conditioning.
Yes.
Then that makes no sense. Okay, before that.
Before I took it in for maintenance for the oil and all that to get changed. After I got the maintenance done, I had problems with it months later, like a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
And I had your dad take it in, and that's when they came up with this big price value. I was like, oh shit.
No, I'm not sure. See, I'm not sure releasing even air gas synthesis would do that. I'm not sure there'd be a month delay. Or months.
No. What I'm saying is I didn't use the air conditioning because it was spring.
Wait. You didn't use it at all. So you're saying you don't know if they did immediately?
Yeah.
Okay. See, you have to fill in the small details like that because I'm thinking you're using air conditioning throughout that period of time, and so I don't know.
No, and it it doesn't affect it at 90-degree weather. You won't notice at 90-degree. You notice it at 117. Big difference, and two people in the car, not just one person sitting in the car. You got more body heat.
Body heat, but it's more than anything, not just body heat. The body heat contributes a little bit, but the sun more than anything.
Yeah, it's just hot with the sun and everything, 117, and we were literally sweating. We got out of the car sweating, so I said, "Well, just take it in." So he took it in, and that's when
No, you guys didn't run it at all during the maintenance thing
it was wintertime pretty much. It went from spring to summer within a what?
No, another thing is winter to summer, gaskets, everything does contract and expand and shit like that, so that could also be a contributing factor. But I don't know.
I don't want to sit there and say anything because I'm unsure, and it's the unsure thing, but I'm just,
But it does seem kind of suspicious.
yeah, I just don't, I didn't have the money.
It's
They
kinda
didn't
sus.
make no money off me. I'm broke. It's so good. I don't want to say anything. I always got good service there. Other than that,
Yeah, but I don't know. They threw a huge price tag at you right after, like they expected is the question. And here's the thing: if you ask the same question again, would they still throw the same thing at you?
I don't know. I have a working.
Though I read online, you can actually put a different kind of gas into the non-flammable gas into your vehicle. But I don't know if the ratio of how much you put in or how many grams you put in might be a little different. So I just threw in what was originally in it.
Yeah.
But I heard online you can use the more ozone deteriorating gas in that system.
Well, I want the safer stuff anyway.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Thank you
And
for getting it.
flammable. Don't forget. It's not only is it okay, it may be safer in environment, but it's like putting propane into your lines. It's flammable.
Oh shit. Oh God.
Just letting you know that.
Oh, thank you. Didn't know that. It's flammable.
And don't smoke in your vehicle, just in case it leaks.
Honey, this is it. This is my smoking.
I know. I'm saying if you, I wouldn't recommend smoking and joint here, just in case that's
no joints in there. No smoking anything. It's just vape.
I get to see someone lighting it up and going.
Nope.
Boom.
Nope. It's just this. Just if anything. So all right. Thank you, Dev. It's flammable refrigerant. Ooh. You heard that from Debbie. So I'm seeing a shrink because they think I'm crazy for. Well, doctor, see what's on here. Will a doctor see what's on here? Will I get a doctor to see what's on here? Because I talked to a lady and I said, no, if you're not going to do what I ask, I'm not going to go. You're not going to listen to me either. All the doctors out west are this. Yeah, that's it. This is the doctors out west. The monkeys who have they're all them. Yeah. Yep. I'm hoping, also I'm not into taking any meds. I really am not. I don't yeah. I'm like I'm going to sit there and I'm going to put my own like mental note thing and type it up on my computer here and say as they don't like doctors don't like being called shrinks, but as my doctor, this is what I would expect of you. I do not get into taking any type of medications unless it's really needed. Now, stating my mind should not be having to take medication. If that's the case, line me up on the wall and shoot me and get done with me. I'm to that, you know. I am just so sick of doctors lying to me, and I'm so sick of people lying to me and talking behind my back. That's what I love. I love that fact that I have people talking behind me saying, "Hey, we dealt with that." I know you go, "What? You dealt with what?" No, you didn't. You did exactly. You bent over is what you did, and you got it without lube. That's what you did. That is what majority of the people here, they don't talk to their doctors and say, hey, I'm not going to raise my voice, I'm not going to act all weird, I'm going to tell you, please listen to me and write out what your problems are. Make sure you take all your medications to your doctor and show them. And a lot of times take your vitamins, because a lot of times the vitamins will have adverse effects to the medication. So it's good to show your doctor. So if you take a lot of medication, take your vitamins with your medicine. It's good to do that because your vitamins could adverse affect your medication. The reason why I didn't take my vitamins is because I don't know any adverse, use with birth control and my vitamins. I'm like, so that's where I'm at in bitching about, if you have a medical condition, do not move out here. Do not move out west unless you have a plane, a jet, unless you have a flying instrument. I would not move out here. Like a friend of mine said, if you have a house in back east, if you have a house back east, you love your house and you're unsure if you want to move here, have someone live, rent out your place or whatever. Go out here and find out how it is to live, and keep your doctor, by the way, if you can. Because I'm going to tell you, you use the medical out here, you will regret it. I have heard nothing but ill things about the medical here, the doctors not listening. This one lady said, I remember listening. I love to listen to people's conversations. That's why I get real quiet. I'm like, oh, I'm hearing something good. That doctor was worried about his tea time. And the husband goes, honey, no, not here, not now. We'll talk about it in the car. And she goes, worried about his tea time. She goes, oh, she was taking this tea. She goes, I'll give him tea time. I didn't say, I kind of laughed and I looked. I said, that's funny. And she goes, she's looking, she's holding an Arizona tea and saying tea time. If that isn't synchronicity, then something is maybe putting something in my face. Out west, do not move out here if you have a medical condition that you need a real doctor to look at. If you need a real doctor to look at video, then you need to stay where you're at or to keep your doctor. If you have someone, well, let's just say it's just one of those things. Doctors don't want to look at videos, they don't want to look at CDs. This is from my, you know, it's a real video. Why don't they want to look at it? Why don't they want to spend time? Why don't they want to listen? Doctors here run. So I'm going to be going to a therapist, and he's right here, right on the side, and I put all the information, and I will even put it for the information. You know what? I will edit the information right now, and let me get that edit. All right. Okay. Because I would like people, it's good to talk to a therapist. All right, I'm writing here. All right. Da, 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 da. Okay. And the phone. There we go. Da, da, da. So now I'm probably, I bet you my therapist is going to say, you should leave off the weed. So it's like I'll have to figure out what else to do on my show. I have so much fun getting high. Okay, I know. It's there we go. Okay. Oh, dang it, did that in. Make sure. Oh, I didn't spell it right. Ah. Okay, I'm going to put music Mozart. Music. Alexa, play Mozart.
Shuffling songs by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart on Amazon Music.
There we go. That's something. So, so I put all the information for Serenity Health down below. Give them a call. They take Medicaid. And talk to somebody. If you have feelings of wanting to hurt yourself or, mooning the neighbors, it doesn't count for mooning neighbors because that's fun. I had an uncle, he mooned a police officer one time. Yeah. Only my family. God. So I'm going in on the 2 hours and I got to get stuff done. And it's 6:34 and I'm thinking of taking a walk and stuff, just to get out and do some exercising. So I am going to get something to eat and then take a nice walk later on. I wanted to state, if you want to help my channel, that would be wonderful. If you give to PayPal, give me your email address and I will have a tarot reading for you for each and every donation made. If it's a whatever it is to whatever, you'll be given one reading. Put a name of the person that you want the reading for and I will think of their name and I will hopefully do a good reading. So that's how I'm doing it. For each and every donation, you get a tarot reading. Put the name of the person in your notes when you do your money handling and give it to me, the donation through PayPal. They used to have a thing with notes because I had to pay Senior Cycle Voldemort off. Oh, so many different people. So I don't have any way to want to, to listen and a thing when you sign the paperwork and you get that, they send you, for a doctor, they would send this. And a lot of times they give the doctor a different thing. The woman told me there, what they usually do, the doctor will get a email and they have to open it up and it shows this. She says, but there's one bad thing when you do the email. It's a one-time use or something. I don't know what it was, but it was. I think that what is going to happen is I will get one. I'm hoping down the road, But like they said, so I am going to. God, it's so cold in here. I haven't moved around, so I'm cold. So okay, this is me. Oh, so maybe it's all me. Yeah, the heartbeats are different. They're, wow. It's like, weird. I want an explanation why 3 different heartbeats, 3 different. One is mine, one is others. Why am I getting 3? It's not like 3 heartbeats that have the same number, which means it's 1. I'm getting 3 separate heartbeats. Why am I getting 3 separate heartbeats? That's mine. Well, it looks like mine. I don't know. I would have to find out what my heartbeat rate is and then go on here. It's like, what the? That's 3 separate. That must have been mine. All right, so. That is weird. 3 different heartbeats. One's a lower one. You got 2 of the higher ones, and you're like, wow, So it does worry me when I have stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm thinking that I got tumors with fucking heartbeats. That's what I'm thinking. I got fucking tumors growing with heartbeats. Just, there's nothing living, just tumors. Because that's how it is in, medicine here. Oh, God. Out west is definite run. Do not walk. Run back home. Yeah. Like I said, my theory is you can't shovel sunshine. Yeah, especially when you're, it's like that's just the way it goes. So if you know a doctor that would be happy to see this, that would be happy to look at it and give me pointers or whatever, give me a call. My number's on the side. Everyone, I love you. Be safe. If you feel in any way that you're going to harm yourself, you're in the my vicinity, which would be Pahrump. Down below is a good number to call. Make an appointment, talk to somebody. Even if you're just want to talk to somebody and you have Medicaid, talk to a person who will listen to you, because sometimes talking to your other family member, they consider that's gossiping. So there you go. If you want to gossip, gossip with them so you don't feel bad, So I love you guys. Take care. Stay safe.